Hi, I'm Aiden with AWI Woodworking, and today we're going to be making the Artisan Cigarillo pen. Alright, so for this project today, we'll be needing the Artisan Cigarillo kit. The bushing is designed for that. I have a live center for my lathe, a pen mandrel. The wood blank is premium cocoa below, 3/4 inches by 3/4 inches by 5.5 inches. And here I have standard turning supplies. My micro mesh, sandpaper, it starts at 150, goes up to 600. Some mineral spirits, my activator, and thick, thin, and medium Jaeger. I probably won't be going with the medium. I'll probably be using thin for the finish and thick to glue in the brass tube, but medium works fine as well. Alright, so for cutting your blank down to size, the smallest brass tube is 2 inches and the largest is 2 1/4. So when you cut that, just leave 1/8 of an inch on either side of the brass tube, and that will give room for when we use our pen mill to bring that wood down level with the brass tube. And you don't have to do that, you can cut it closer, but I like to leave, if I have enough wood, to leave at least that much on either side of your wood blank. Alright, so I cut the blanks down to size and took the 7mm drill bit and drilled a hole down the center of those. Now it's time to glue in the brass tubes. We're just gonna scuff up the edges with some, I have some 150 grit sandpaper I'm using. Now we'll just apply some thick glue to the surface of the brass tube. Make sure we get the right one. There we go. Now we'll press that in. Okay. Some activator. Other side. There we go. Let's do the exact same process to this one. We'll press it in. And there we go. Alright, and now we'll take them back over to the drill press and use the pen mill. Alright, so it's time to mount it onto our lathe. I have my pen mandrel in here, and we're going to start off with the bushings. Now the bushings, how you put them, are very important because they are all different sizes. So you'll want to look at a diagram on which ones go which. So I have one from last time on what I'm going off of. So it is this one. There we go. Alright, so I need a spacer to put in there. My spacers are just apprentice slimline bushings. There we go. Tighten that up. Okay, good. Now, put a center into my tailstock here. Bring it down. Tighten that all up. Okay. Bring down our tool rest here. Okay. Tighten that up right there. Alright, now we're ready. It's all tightened up to turn this thing down. So I'm gonna turn it down. We're gonna start off with a 3/4 inch gouge, then I'll transition into a 1 inch gouge later on. But alright, so yeah, let's turn this thing down to its shape. Alright, and I forgot to mention something earlier, and that's the short wood blank. It goes up at the top, and the long wood blank goes at the bottom. So just keep in mind how you transition and put on your bushings, that the short blank goes up on top where the clip is. Alright, so it's time for sandpaper. I made this pen a little thicker because the grain was so beautiful I didn't want to take it any lower. Alright, so we're going to start with 150 sandpaper and go up to 600. Alright, so I finished up with the sanding, and I personally think that this is a gorgeous pen. The way the grain is inside of here all lined up, it's gorgeous. It's time to start applying our sea glue finish. We're going to be using a thin sea glue finish and then our activator, and then we're going to switch to micro mesh. And after that, then I always kind of buff it up with a paper towel. That removes any water that was caused from the micro mesh, and it also buffs it up to where it makes it more shinier. So yeah, so let's get started by applying our CA glue, and then we'll move on to our micro mesh. Alright, so pressing the Cigarillo pen together, it is actually really fun to do. So with these attachments that go inside your lathe, you can actually press it on your lathe. So something new I got that I found that works amazingly. So what we're going to do is put these on here. but we're first going to take the little section off there. Lay that. That actually need to come back here. I'll put stuff up here for now. Alright, so take our first piece that we're going to press together. Lay it in there. Lay it up on here like this. Oh wait, it's the top. Okay. Gotta make sure we press it together right. Alright. That's the bottom. Bring our tilt stuck down. Okay. Press it in there like that. There we go. Let's make sure it's all pressed in good. Loosen that back up. There we go. That looks nice. Okay. Now we have our turning mechanism. Pull that little pin out. Alright, do it up to that mark. Gonna come back and check the ink when you're pressing your turning mechanism, and you always want to keep on checking it with the ink to make sure you don't go in too far. Make sure I'm putting that in right now. Alright, that's one thing I remember with these. You got a little ways to go to press these in. Okay. Check that right there. We're getting there, almost there. That should do it. I need to do even a little more though. Yep, even more. There we go. Right there. Let's clean all that off. Okay, that's good. That's nice. Alright, so now our decorative bushing goes on. Right there. Boom. Okay. It's all nice and flush. Now for our top piece. So we'll just go in here like this. And put it like that. I'll slip my pin back in. I should have a slap pen here. That's good right there. Alright. Let's clean all that off. There we go. Alright, so that's the top. Now we just press this onto the top. And like that. There we go. Look at that. Alright, so I think this pin turned out really nice, and I love the way the grain and the knots are on it. It's gorgeous. So if y'all liked the video, please like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.